see a noticeable improvement from using the cream? And if so, how long did it take your case before you saw a noticeable improvement?
Day 3.
Noticeable
3 days
improvement.
3 days after we started using it, the bleeding had stopped. Well, actually, that pretty much stopped the first day.
They were all good as new.
Yeah, day 2, the flakes, because when we started using it, it was really flaky, if you remember. So day 2, the flakes had actually softened instead of gone crispy, you know, giant flaky. And day 3, the flakes were gone. And the cracks had started healing, and by day 4, I think, yeah, it was day 4, because that's when we had the big red and we freaked. But then when we touched it, there was not really any pain involved. It just looked really red and inflamed, and that's when I rang you. But day 5, it was more or less
Good as new.
Yeah, it was more or less nearly gone. It looked like she just had a small rash, basically, and that was it. And from then on, yeah, we haven't really. Yeah, we haven't maintained it as much, which is just remarkable.
As a mother, what was your feelings about the impact it had on Maddie after the cream had been used for a few months?
Really relieved. It's the warmer months that you notice it as much, because she can't go swimming. If her legs are flared up with eczema, she can't get wet, because all that does is encourage the skin to dry out more. And to see you not being able to swim, that's upsetting, as much as you don't think it
You're
is.
about to cry, aren't you?
No, I'm trying not to. But then, yeah, really relieved. So,
And you did mention earlier that she can do all that stuff now.
there's no restrictions.
And how are
There's
you
no-
enjoying there being no restrictions now after using my cream?
Really, really, really. So,
What was your skin condition like at the beginning?
yeah, it was
Yeah.
rough, bumpy, and stuff.
Dry, yeah.
Very, very dry.
In summertime it was annoying, wasn't it?
So when was it worse? What time of the year?
I think it was in summer and autumn.
Summer and autumn? Was it comfortable, uncomfortable?
Uncomfortable.
Bleeding, itchy, yucky.
Well, it did hurt a lot. And it was bleeding a lot. That's what made it hurt. And most of the creams wouldn't work.
So you tried other creams?
Yeah, we tried lots.
We tried lots.
What were the other creams like on your skin?
They were a bit good, but after we put them on, it wouldn't work.
It wouldn't work?
Yeah, that's strange. That's what we do find with most of them, is that they'd work for probably, what, a month or 2? Or 3,
And then
well,
they'd
maybe
stop.
3 months, and then it just wouldn't work anymore. Prior to that, we'd use that script stuff from the doctor, Ego Court. You know, the white and green tubed medicine stuff that we got from
Oh,
Dr.
yeah.
Chasm. We had that for 2.5 years, and that was 3 years. That was the only stuff that worked. But it didn't prevent it from coming back. You had to continuously reapply it, and it's not cheap. It's like $35, $36 for this little tube. And how'd that go when we used to put that on your legs when they were bleeding and itchy?
Oh, it stinks.
Can you describe in a few words, how did it make you feel?
It made me feel a bit sad because I couldn't do that much stuff back then. I got it on my arm over there and a bit up on my neck, didn't I?
Yeah, but that hasn't come back.
No? Not at all.
Yeah.
So the mild case of it hasn't even bothered to come
It
back?
hasn't come back at all.
What was your reaction whenever Mum wanted to try new creams on you?
The first time we mentioned trying a new cream. Try and remember.
I think I was a bit sad that it wouldn't work and just make it feel worse. Be grumpy.
Angry.
Yeah.
That's getting a lot better compared to what it was. But the problem that we've found with your cream is that because we put it on and it works and makes it go away, we've now gotten very relaxed with it. Because we don't have to put it on as much as what we used to with the other ones. We forget that we've got to keep putting it on. That's the problem. That's how it goes without the cream. it starts to go. But we haven't probably put it on in
A couple of weeks.
Yeah, we forgot for nearly a month. We forgot to put it on when we saw that the other day.
And comes back and it's going to go, oops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show, it's only your stuff that keeps it away, at bay. If we use the cortisone stuff, it burns the legs. She comes out with, it's sort of like blisters, like popped blisters. And then when you reapply it, it stings.
Last
You can't.
Christmas, I could hardly even move my legs because of the cortisone cream.
And you weren't allowed to go swimming, were you?
No, I could hardly move my
In the
legs.
So-
swimming lessons.
Listening to that, that's like your quality of life, because you can't do stuff with when you do something. So when you're using my creams, how does that affect your quality of life?
It's really good because I can do more things with the cream on.
Long baths. No more just having showers and putting the timer on. 2 minutes, get out, get dry.
So you can have long showers now after using my
You
cream.
can have baths.
You can have
It's
long
not
baths.
just showers,
Really?
it's baths.
Or
It's all natural. And
I was happy because it didn't hurt when you put it on.
yeah. You mentioned to me something about day 5 or something. The skin got a bit red.
the red. Do you remember that? The red. How it came up with the big red marks around it and you got out of bed and come out.
And
you
about
were
how long?
like,
And how long after using it was that?
"No!" It was either day 4 or day 5.
And
I
how
think it
long-
was day 4 actually.
And was that just red and looked inflamed, or was it actually really sore as well?
Really, really sore.
And how long did it last like that for?
I think it was a day or 2.
Yeah, I didn't think it was.
And did you continue to use the cream for that day or 2 still?
Yeah, continued to.
And what happened after the day or 2?
It just went away, started to go away.
And have you ever had that back again, that red sore skin from using the cream?
Not since summer.
So it was just initially.
Yeah. But it didn't scab. She hasn't had scabs
Really?
like before.
So
yeah.
it normally would it used to
Her
scab?
eczema used to scab over and then that would again encourage the bleeding in that because if she tried and walk when it had scabbed over, it'd break the scabs open.
And
But you don't get the scabs with your cream, which is just like, yes!
when you're feeling itchy and then you remember to put the cream on, once you put the cream on, then how does your skin feel?
After a couple of minutes, the itching would go away.
As a mother, what was your feelings prior to using the cream about what Maddie was going through?
Upsetting. Anger. Because doctors tell you every time you go to a different doctor, they give you a different solution and none of them work. Upsetting because there were times where she was in pain and bleeding and no matter what I did or what we put on, it didn't help. And because I couldn't help you too much, it was really upsetting. We used to have a lot of arguments. That stopped because I'd want to try something and then she didn't want to.
Better family care.
Better family care. It's magic cream.
Did you have any concerns about using the cream prior to its use?
No. Not so much because I figured the state of her legs when we started using it, they couldn't possibly get any worse. And once you've tried about 9 or 10 different products, you go for whatever you can get your hands on. But when it works, that's what blows your mind. And when it keeps working.
Were you using something else? Had you tried anything else beforehand?
Not at all. Scripts from the doctor. One was the Ego Court cream, which apparently was... That actually came from the skin specialist we went and saw. We got referred to the skin specialist because at first they thought she was having an allergic reaction to soaps or shampoos. Went to the skin specialist, they did the allergy test. Of course, no, it's not that, it's something else. And then my GP said that it was finally tweaked that, okay, it must be eczema. So he prescribed a script, cortisone based, and it worked. But the problem is you had to put it on 6 times a day for the first 2 weeks, and when she goes to school, that's not possible. And then the price of it and the quantity, so it was good if you kept on top of it, but it didn't prevent it from coming back.